Good evening, and welcome to the latest edition of the Seneca Scout. I'm Caleb McGill.
And I'm Noah Rodenzek. On Friday, March 15th, the Pittsburgh Steelers traded quarterback Kenny Pickett and received free agent Russell Wilson. Pickett was traded from the Steelers to the Philadelphia Eagles and will be the backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts. The Eagles gave up the 98th pick and two 2025 7th-round picks and get Pickett in the overall 120th pick. The Steelers traded Pickett due to him having only 13 touchdowns while having 13 interceptions in 25 games, of which 24 he started. There are also reports of his behavior last season when he didn't want to dress as the third-string quarterback in Week 17. Also, according to sources, the Steelers made the trade because of the way Pickett was not handling the news of the arrival of Russell Wilson well. Russell Wilson was a former Denver Bronco for 2 years, but was later cut and became a free agent this year. Wilson signed a 1-year contract with the Steelers, and it is presumed that he will be starting quarterback.
From one Pittsburgh story to another, the Grand Prix attraction at the Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh has had an overhaul in its works since the end of its last season, and it has now had a name for its starchy new look, chosen by fans. The new name of this attraction is Potato Smash. With votes from nearly 20,000 fans, half of them chose this new name. I think we can say that this new name is quite appealing to the public. With the new look coming from the over 50-year-old attraction, the first re-theme of this attraction since its opening in 1973.
You have seen all of us on the Seneca Scout, but did you know that this class is one of the many in the video department at Seneca Valley? The teacher, Mr. McCotsky, has 8 different video classes, some of which are looking for more students to join in on the fun. If you enjoy letting your creative side out, watching movies, or are in need of some extra credits, these are classes you should join. Let's head over to Mason to hear more about it.
There's a lot of reasons why I think people should take my classes. And our classes is video production department, small department. The trend in education has been recently to talk about 21st century skills. There's a whole list of them, there's about 12. And it has technical literacy, media literacy, collaboration, independence, responsibility, technology, being technically literate. These are all really important things for the 21st century. And we do every one of those things in pretty much all the classes that we have here as a video department.
Every year you do something different. I keep taking the same classes over and over again because it's not the same thing. Everything is just completely, it's a different style of a class, I guess you could say. My freshman year going into this, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. And now I'm approaching my senior year and I've been taking his classes for 4 years.
As far as special experiences for the classes, there are a lot of different things I could say. I would definitely say the pride aspect is a big one for me. So when students make something that they probably wouldn't make in any other class in the district, like a 15-minute professional documentary or a 15-minute film that they made with a crew that's being screened at a local theater. These are things that you don't really get much of an opportunity to do in high school.
Most of his classes you have an end goal of making a final product, where a lot of classes they're kind of all very vague of like each one are not vague, but they don't have a final goal besides getting a good grade. But his classes, you make a final product and you get to watch what you have on the big screen later. You make something that you can be proud of.
They give you so much more creative liberty. He gives you the guidelines for a project, but then he kind of just lets you go off however you want.
A sense of catering to an audience and putting a product out there that has a bit of you in it.
If you just expand on what you like to do and he just works with you.
I really like the ability to do what I think is a good idea, and Mr. McCoskey is really good about it. He will let you, if something's a little bit different than what you want to do, then he'll totally let you do it. For example, my documentary, I wanted to do a personal story about my grandpa, and he was totally fine with that because he trusted my vision, and I think it turned out better than anything I could have done if I had strayed to more the conventional side of the assignment.
this class is a broadcast class, I have a morning announcements class, and we are working together every single day. So it's like nonstop group work all day. Some people look at that and get a little nervous, but it is realistic. It's like the workforce. It's like any job that you'll encounter in your future, there's going to be group work.
There's a different environment about it, right? Like with the maths and stuff, like you don't really talk to people, you don't get into groups as much, but it's nice to kind of get a community. I've made a lot of friends doing it as well.
How hands-on they are, how many different projects we work on. I just like anything with technology, and this very interesting to me compared to other classes.
Thank you for that, Mason. Now let's take a look at another SV-centric story. During the past Friday, the Seneca Valley Roaring Raiders Marching Band performed their way through Magic Kingdom. They have previously been asked to come to perform at Disney, and this year was their time to shine again. The marching band performs there every 4 years and have preserved through the humid weather each year, displaying their hard work and perseverance. The band performs their parade routine, America, which was widely received. The Disney attendees for the day gave directors unending compliments, talking about how impressed they were at the kids' hard work. They were invited to come in attendance to Festival Disney, giving their marching band a chance to compete with other schools from across the country, while also having the opportunity to, quote, make once-in-a-lifetime memories at the Walt Disney World Resort, end quote, hosted by Disney's Imagination Campus. Seneca Valley's robotics program is steadily growing with some successful competitions in the last month. Noah interviewed SV robotics teacher Mr. Fortunato about the classes and the skills they have to offer.
So today I interviewed Mr. Fortunato about the Seneca Valley robotics class. I find this class very interesting because I think it's one of the most innovative subjects that you can still learn a lot of useful skills in, and I even learned that it can set you up for college.
About like how did I get into teaching robotics? So the competitive aspect of both the First Tech Challenge robotics class and the combat robotics class kind of has a two-tiered system here. So not only are you on a team that is competing in actual competitions across Pennsylvania, but there is also a competitive element within the class itself. Into teaching robotics years ago, I was actually heavily involved in the Combat Robotics Western PA League. And when I started at Seneca Valley, we had a BattleBots class. We were able to change it into an actual course and head out into the real world, have that experience, and can lead right into a full-time job. Are there any prerequisites or prior knowledge needed to take the class? Most important skills that the students develop in the robotics courses is the soft skills, right? You know, how to communicate, how to take criticism, how to share ideas, how to share your idea in a way that is understood by the entire class or the group. Another opportunity too is I run a summer camp. And we're running it this year through the SVAOC. We cover BattleBots, we cover First Tech Challenge, and it's a great introductory kind of time with the team, and they can potentially leave my class with a Haas certification. So as far as any prior knowledge or prerequisites needed for the courses, there is none. I encourage freshmen through senior, no matter what your experience is as far as robotics or programming or manufacturing, I encourage students to take the class. I think that the development that comes out of taking the First Tech Challenge robotics or the combat robotics is unmatched. Opportunity two is I run a summer camp, and we're running it this year through the SVAOC. And just by going on to the Seneca Valley School District website, you can find my first robotics programming camp, and we cover BattleBots, we cover First Tech Challenge, and it's a great introductory kind of time with the team before the school year starts.
Next, we pull our focus onto the SV swim and dive team, specifically Isaiah Clerkley, who finished first in the PIAA state diving tournament. Clerkley set a pool record with a whopping 583 and 1/4 point, outscoring the second place finisher by upwards of 100 points. Isaiah is a repeating champion, taking the gold last year as well. He will now go on to continue his diving career at Penn State. We here at the Seneca Scout wish Isaiah luck in his future.
Finally, on March 17th, Target modified their self-checkout system to only allowing people with 10 items or less to use them, signaling a change in the retail industry. Self-checkouts could be found in a lot of stores during the pandemic to allow people to have a contactless experience. After the change back to traditional checkouts at Target stores on Saturday, people went online to complain how long the lines were. Target employees have said that they have been told to have a 50-50 ratio of traditional to self-checkout registers open. Other big box stores, such as Walmart and Dollar General, are also removing their self-checkout registers. At certain Walmart locations, store managers are allowed to do what they think is best for their employees and their customers. This means some locations, self-checkout services are only for Walmart Plus members, which is a $98 fee per year, and Spark grocery delivery drivers. Dollar General is removing self-checkouts from around 300 stores that show to have the highest risk of shoplifting. We wait to see what other large retailers do with their self-checkouts.
Thank you for watching. We'll most likely be taking the week off, but we'll see you the week after summer.
Have a good week.